13 riders showed up at noon, a posse from 2 towns down. Train robbers wanted for murder under the Nevada moon, running from the law, town to town gunfights at every saloon. Every sheriff in the county had a bounty on their head, but no one could take them down. Little did they know it would all end here, by a name that no one speaks. A legend from Arizona who hides out here. Johnny Colt patrols these streets. A roughneck cowboy from way down south wanted posters across the land. Shot the sheriff in his hometown, with 30 more dead by his hand. Born John Lewis, but they called him Colt, from the 6-shooter by his side. Could hit a dime at 30 yards, and like no other, the boy could ride. They met their maker round midnight, behind the local saloon. John showed up for a shot of whiskey with his friend named Earl Maroon. The posse came to steal his horse, the fastest horse around. Didn't make it 30 feet and Johnny shot him down. The other 12 inside the bar came to join the fight, but one by one they lost their lives. This was their last night. The whole town cheered the legend on, the outlaw Johnny Colt. Turns out the sheriff Johnny shot, corrupt right to the core. Seized the land of local farms, left the owners on the floor. The other men who died that day, well, they were crooked too. Murderers the sheriff hired, there were 42. Johnny killed 30 men and barely got away. The other 12 were in that posse who showed up there that day. They rode for days to reach that town, they wanted Johnny's head. Led by Marshall Levitt, the first one to end up dead. Marshall was the worst of them, the man who led it all. Killed Johnny's wife and his kids, made Johnny take the fall. But now the story's over, the county's finally safe. The legendary Johnny Colt had finally killed them all. They met their maker around midnight, behind the local saloon. John showed up for a shot of whiskey with his friend named Earl Maroon. The posse came to steal his horse, the fastest horse around. Didn't make it 30 feet and Johnny shot him down. The other 12 inside the bar came to join the fight. One by one they lost their lives, this was their last night. The whole town cheered the legend on, the outlaw Johnny Colt. Beneath the blood-red sky where the canyon meets the plain, Gideon Crow with a hollow eye bore a curse in every vein. 10 years back they torched his world, left his family in the flame. A wife, a son, a life unfurled, and vengeance took his name. The saloon glowed dim in a ghost town haze where the guilty drank their fill. 5 men laughed with their wicked ways, never heard the air grow still. They'd rode with the sheriff, burned his past, thought their sins were buried deep. But Gideon stood a storm at last with a promise he would keep. Oh, Gideon Crow, the devil's kin, a reaper's hand, where the end begins. The bar went quiet, the shadows crept, 5 souls marked for the debts they kept. Through dust and blood his tale unwinds, the outlaw ghost of 1,000 minds. The first man fell with a whiskey scream, a bullet through his pride. The second choked on a shotgun's gleam as the bar stool split and died. The third drew fast but too damn late, his heart pinned to the wall. Gideon grinned through the smoke and hate like a wolf in Satan's call. The fourth cried out, I just held the reins. The sheriff lit the spark, but Gideon snarled, you shared the gains and plunged me in the dark. The fifth broke free, ran for the night, boots pounding in despair. A shot rang out neath the moon's cold light, his soul claimed then and there. They kept. Through dust and blood his tale unwinds, the outlaw ghost of 1,000 minds. The desert, from town to town each day. Can't stay around too long, it's not safe to stay in place. There's boundless bounty hunters on my tail, the sheriff and his gang. Had down low to hide my face, can't let them know my name. They're never gonna stop, won't let me get away. Gonna hunt me down until I'm dead for what I did that day. 500 silver dollars if you can take me down. My face on every poster in every single town. They say that I'm an outlaw, I have to disagree. It's only retribution for what they did to me. I was always happy, just my family and my farm, till they took it all away, pulled my life right from my arm. That night and the fire died down, no wood left out, not a piece around. Went to get more wife and kids asleep, crossed the field to chop a tree. It was at that moment I could hear the screams, that sound still haunts me in my dreams. Surrounded the house as they burned it down, like every other ranch and farm around. A businessman from way back that man with his evil ways. He took my life, so I took his. So now I'm forced to live like this, running wild, town to town, until the day they take me down. Ridge where the sagebrush bends and cries, Silas came with a gambler's grin, wore death in both his eyes. Betrayed by kin for a sack of gold, his brothers sold him cheap. Left for dead in a canyon cold, with secrets buried deep. The rain came hard on a boomtown night, where the wanted posters fade. 4 bounty men in a lantern's light tracked the ghost that greeted May. They split the coin that carved his fate, thought Silas long since gone. But he rode from hell on a steed of hate to right there every wrong. Oh, Silas Kane, the storm's own son, a shadow born where the lightning runs. The wind howls low, the earth turns black, 4 souls damned on a one-way track. Through mud and rage, his tale is song. The ghost of Silas Kane rides alone. The first man froze when the stable shook, a blade kissed his throat goodbye. The second screamed as the barnwood took a slug between his eyes. The third swung wild with a rusted chain, but Silas broke his spine. The storm sang loud through the pouring rain, like a hymn from the divine. Man ran to the preacher's door, begged mercy for his soul. I didn't know what the gold was for, your brother dug the hole. Silas laughed a hollow sound as the church bell told his claim. 1 shot fired, he hit the ground, and the lightning spoke his name. Told me that she wasn't right, she's a few stars short of a true midnight. Probably should have heard what they had to say, but now I'm on the run and I'm afraid. She woke me up around 5 a.m., pounding on the door, she was with her friends. Finally broke in as she screamed at me, "You're never gonna do this shit again." could she mean? Should not have looked away, or I would have saved that steel-toed boot that she threw at me. Ran for the Chevy to try to run. That's when I laid eyes on what she'd done. She smashed that truck with a flathead shovel and broke the windows too. Slashed my tires and shot it up. There's nothing she won't do. When I read the side that she scratched up, I knew why she was here. That crazy girl done lost her mind, 'cause I drank her last beer. I could see the fire inside her eyes. There's nothing I could say. I could beg for mercy or try to run. Either way I'd die that day. I ran all night till the morning sun. She wasn't far behind. I met a lot of crazy girls, but nothing like this one. She'll hunt me down like a bloodhound dog for what I did that night. A demon lives inside that girl, 'cause I drank her last Bud Light. So listen, fellas, let me tell you now, just listen to your friends. They mean it when they say that girl is 3 sheets to the wind. Don't just walk, no, you should probably run. A few berries short of a cherry pie. That girl, she ain't no fun. Listen, fellas, let me tell you now, just listen to your friends. They mean it when they say that girl is 3 sheets to the wind. Don't just walk, no, you should probably run. A few berries short of a cherry pie. That girl, she ain't no fun. Was different when it was wild. Cowboy towns with a roughneck style. Ride all night, pushing cattle to town. Made a good living till the posse came around. They showed up riding in the midday sun. No honor among thieves, there's only a gun. We worked the ranch for a man named Bill. He taught us how to ride, he taught us how to kill. Made us all a family and showed us how to fight. Taught us about honor and to always do what's right. Then everything changed around midnight. The posse came with guns in hand, shot Bill down and burned his land. They left his body and killed his cattle. They started a war and won the battle. We rode in early the very next day, ready to ride some cattle away. When we saw the smoke from over the hill, we rode like hell till we saw Bill. We buried him there with the cross at his head. We're never gonna stop until they're dead. The posse came with guns in hand, shot Bill down and burned his land. They left his body and killed his cattle. They started a war and won the battle.
from town, drunk as hell, we gunned them down. The war was over, the West was won, justice served at the end of a gun. The posse came with guns in hand, shot Bill down and burned his land. They left his body and killed his cattle. They started a war and won the battle. We mounted up and rode to town, found out a word had spread around. A man named James had led the gang. Now it's time for them to hang. Heard of a cave where the posse hides, headed out for a midnight ride. Found them there a mile from town, drunk as hell, we gunned them down. The war was over, the West was won, justice served at the end of a gun.
Woke up this morning to a message on the phone. Another one locked up, who ain't going home. Seems like everyone I grew up with, seems like everyone I know, living life all wrong, as if life was just for show. Maybe it's the drugs or the place I grew up in. Maybe it's the struggle when you feel like you can't win. Something got a hold on them and pull them down again. So always keep in mind that the devil's not your friend. It's time for heading south, south of the St. Lawrence. This place has gone to hell, there's no way to ignore it. The devil found his place, right here he feels at home, taking all the people that we've ever really known. We could head to Florida, it's just too damn hot. Or we could head for Texas, but I would rather not. You know I love you all, but that's just not for me. Don't need the sandy beaches, no salt water at my feet. Maybe we head west, where the mountains meet the plains, raise a couple horses and learn to take the reins. Maybe we could start a ranch and leave it to the kids. Maybe they would grow up and be proud of what we did. We could get away from the devil and his men, find some open plains and start it all again. It's time for heading west, west of the St. Lawrence. This place has gone to hell, there's no way to ignore it. The devil found his place, right here he feels at home, taking all the people that we've ever really known. We could head to Florida, it's just too damn hot. This place has gone to hell, there's no way to ignore it. The devil found his place, right here he feels at home, taking all the people that we've ever really known.
could head to Florida, it's just too damn hot. Or we could head for Texas, but I would rather not. You know I love you all, but that's just beneath the midday sun, revenge inside my veins. A 6-shot strapped to my right side, my only friend throughout these plains. I stack the deck of a rich man's game, but they don't know my name. I'm the shadow in the canyon there, I'm where death begins. A storm of lead and leather, a rebel born again. Town to town I ride all night, dropping bodies in the sand. Rider of the Black Mesa, a legend in this land. I robbed a train that headed east with gold from in these hills. Had a shootout down in Texas, sheriff's looking for me still. I've raised some hell across the plains. In every town they know my name. No judge, no jury can stop me now. Every headline brings me fame. Black Mesa rider strikes again, strikes fear in men back east. Another train of Richmond's gold, another dagger to the beast. So raise a shot. When the vultures come, they're bound to show their face. Take every ounce and silver coin until they leave this place. Truck's old growl cut the midnight hush, tires kicking sand. A 6-pack sweats where a touch once rushed, now it's just my hand. The rear view's crack shows a town behind, fading in the dust. I'm a lonesome king with a rebel mind, running 'cause I must. She said, stay boy, plant some roots with me. I couldn't take the chain. The open road's my only decree. Freedom's worth the pain. A hawk screams high neath the bloodshot sky. My headlights carved away. This pickup's throne's where I'll live or die, chasing yesterday. Dust on the dash, wind in my veins, running from the past through the tumbleweed plains. Crank it up loud, loud, let the heartache crash. Living fast and free with the dust on the dash. Oh, dust on the dash, I'm gone in a flash. The roadside bar blinks a welcome sign. I pull in for a spell. The jukebox wails an old love line like a ghost from hell. I tip my brim to a stranger's stare, swap a tale or two, then hit the gas neath the moon's cold glare. It's all I ever knew. The tank's half dry, but my soul's full wild. This highway's my creed, a preacher's warning like a long-lost child. I don't ever heed. The horizon calls, it's a siren's tune, no roots to hold me back. I'll ride this rig till I meet the moon with dust along the track. Dust on the dash, wind in my veins, running from the past through the tumbleweed plains. Crank it up loud, loud, let the heartache crash. Living fast and free with the dust on the dash. Dust on the dash, wind in my veins, running from the past through the tumbleweed plains. Crank it up loud, loud, let the heartache crash. Living fast and free with the dust on the dash. Oh, dust on the dash, I'm gone in a flash. Woke up late, third time this week. Tried to be quiet with the kids asleep. Stubbed my toe and fell down the stairs. Just wondering why this life ain't fair. Now she's awake crying in her crib. Woke her up with what I just did. Guess it's time to get her up. Go downstairs and change her butt. Make my coffee, only 1 cup left. Went to the kitchen to make her snack. Coffee's on the floor when I got back. Sharpie on her legs and on the TV. I was gone for just a second, how could this be? Just another day as a full-time dad. Some days are good, but mostly they're just bad. Oh, to spill the milk, making fruity pebbles. I love them all to death on many different levels. Wouldn't trade a thing, but every day's chaos raising many rebels. Got into the cupboards, dumped out all the flour. About to lose my mind and it's only been an hour. Screaming at each other, who gets the TV? One wants YouTube shorts, the other wants Bluey. 20 minutes later, their timing was the best. Both just fell asleep to take a little rest. Cat got on the counter and knocked the dishes down. I was trying so hard not to make a sound. Now they're both awake, I can't believe it's true. That furry little shit doesn't have a clue. Almost had a minute to clean up all the mess, but now their eyes are open, ready to destroy the rest. Just another day as a full-time dad. Some days are good, but mostly they're just bad. TV remote is gone for the 5th time today. The baby took my phone and threw that shit away. As a full-time dad, this is just another day.
The bar sign hums in a desert glow, buzzing red and blue. I'm boots on the floor, hard running low, with a tab I'll never chew. She walks in slow, a wildfire grin, leather tight and mean. A shot of sin in a cowgirl skin, the queen of my bad dream. Slides me a wink, says cowboy dance. I'm caught in her sway. The jukebox kicks, the rebels chants, we're sinning till the day. Her lips taste like a Marlboro High, her eyes a stormy fight. I'm tangled up, can't say goodbye, lost in the barroom light. Neon in the night, burning me alive, dancing with the devil in a honky-tonk dive. Twirl her around, let the whiskey ignite, running wild and free beneath the neon fire. Oh, neon in the night, we're never coming down. The clock strikes 3, the crowd's all gone, just us in the haze. She pulls me close, the night drags on in a whiskey-soaked maze. Her laugh's a rope, it binds my soul, I'm branded by her stare. This outlaw love's my only goal in the smoky midnight air. Bartender yells, last call, y'all, but we don't give a damn. She steals my hat, we hit the wall, I'm hers in this jam. The stars outside can't judge our sins, the road can wait till dawn. I'll chase her till the daylight wins with neon turning on. Neon in the night, burning me alive, dancing with the devil in a honky-tonk dive. Oh, neon in the night, we're never coming down. Neon in the night, burning me alive, dancing with the devil in a honky-tonk dive. Twirl around, let the whiskey ignite, running wild and free neath a neon fight. Oh, neon in the night, we're never coming down.
The time is right, so come on, let's go. I have a story to tell and a place to show. Out the back door and into the wood, can't follow the stars like Grandpa could, but the story leads us like he said it would. Across the dirt road and into the corn. When you get to the tree line, watch out for the thorns. On the other side of barbed wire, a rock wall lays, moss-covered stones from some better days. Just past the clearing, you should follow the pines to the dead oak tree, your next telltale sign. It's not much further, but we're almost there, to that cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere, with a moonlit pond just out front, the one Grandpa built when he loved to hunt. No maps exist to help you find, just stories told you keep in mind. He told my dad and my dad told me. Now it's my turn to lead you 3. Just past the oak, there's a freshwater spring, so have yourself a drink, it's too heavy to bring. Take a look around, it's a beautiful place, far from the people and the old rat race. Now just behind you up on that hill, with a moonlit pond just out front, the one Grandpa built when he loved to hunt. No maps exist to help you find, just stories told you keep in mind. He told my dad and my dad told me. Now it's my turn to lead you three. So remember this story and remember this place. When we all forget it, we'll be lost in space. My dad told me, now I told you. So when you get old, tell your kids to take them to the cabin deep in the woods. So remember this story and remember this place. When we all forget, we'll be lost in space.
Way up north, past the mountain pines, on a no-line road you'll never find. A bunch of country boys just raising hell and wasting time, with beers and bonfires and Chevrolets with mud tires. In the top 40 acres where the good weed grows, just past the tree line where nobody knows, where the whole town parties every Friday night. Roll some trucks in the field right there. Now you might think that we were scared, but we heard some voices in the crisp cold air. Listen close and all I hear is, son of a bitch, I spilled my beer. Just some good old boys out having fun, out past the field where the horses run. Crazy times, now stories told. Life was different on the lost village road. Picture this, a cornfield sits about a half-mile long, with trucks lined up playing country songs. You could see the fire through the tree line there, hear the crack of a beer and Johnny Cash in the air. The smell of fresh cut wood that we cut all night, and the weed smoke coming from the camper site. Cops knew all about it, but they let us be, back when America was wild and free. So many stories that can't be told, crazy shit we did before we got old. You can't imagine all the things we did, down there on the lost village road. Just some good old boys out having fun, out past the field where the horses run. Crazy times, now stories told. Life was different on the lost village road. Out having fun, out past the field where the horses run. Crazy times, now stories told. Life was different on the lost village road. Picture this, a cornfield sits about a half-mile long, with trucks lined up playing country songs. You could see the fire through the tree line there, hear the crack of a beer and Johnny Cash in the air. The smell of fresh cut wood that we cut all night, and the weed smoke coming from the camper site. Cops knew all about it, but they let us be, back when America's wild and free. So many stories that can't be told, crazy shit we did before we got old. You can't imagine all the things we did, whole town there on the lost village road. Just some good old boys out having fun, out past the field where the horses run. Crazy times, now stories told. Life was different on the Lost Village Road. Gravel road where the tall weed grow. A small town love story only few folks know. Her hand in mine in the soft cool breeze. We'd walk for hours under tall oak trees. By the old red barn where the chickens roam, we carved our names in a heart-shaped stone. Watch the sun sink down under skies of gold, under tall oak trees till we get old. Oh, the gravel road that led us here, with a barbed wire fence and a field of deer. Through the highs and lows, the joy and pain, that gravel road brought us here today. When the seasons changed and the leaves turned brown, we'd pick apples at Old Man Brown's. Held you close in the winter's night. Our love burned strong in that pale moonlight. Years went by but it stayed the same. Through hot summer days and the springtime rain, we'd ride that road every single day, right to this house where we are today. Oh, the gravel road that led us here, with a barbed wire fence and a field of deer. Out it through the highs and lows, the joy and pain, that gravel road brought us here today. Years went by but it stayed the same. Through hot summer days and the springtime rain, we'd ride that road every single day, right to this house where we are today. Oh, the gravel road that led us here, with a barbed wire fence and a field of deer to dare. Through the highs and lows, the joy and pain, that gravel road brought us here today.
The moon hung low o'er a prairie scar, where the wolves still mourn the dead. Ellery, with a widow's scar, wore a veil of burning red. They strung her man from a gallows tree for a crime he didn't own. The town elders hid their glee and left her all alone. still when the midnight chimed and the church bell cracked in two. 6 old men in their beds of grime didn't know their end was due. She'd found their lie, the bloodstained deed that stole her love away. Ella rode with the widow's need to make the bastards pay. Never dies. The first man woke to a kerosene glow, his porch a blazing pyre. The second burned in his cattle row, trapped by his own barbed wire. The third cried out as his mansion flared, a king turned to a fool. Ella watched with a hollow stare, her justice cold and cruel. The fourth man fled to the river's bend, we framed him for the gold. But Ella's torch lit the night again, no mercy to be sold. The fifth and sixth in the chapel hid, prayed the Lord would save. She barred the doors, the flames slid in and danced on every grave.
Down in D.C., Trump's got a plan, slapping tariffs on that northern land. Canada's ours, 51st in line. That maple syrup's gonna be divine. I'm sitting here with my bud in hand, dreaming of hockey rinks with Uncle Sam. He says their lumber's stealing our jobs, that they're packing moose, bringing drugs across. Red, white, and maple, oh, what a sight. Trump's gonna make everything alright. 51st state, he's shouting at me, we'll fix their borders and call it free. Maple-flavored bacon and some poutine, hands on a Molson watching red-green. They may not find us handsome, but they're gonna find us handy. He tweets their moose, are plotting a plan. The geese are in on it, this cannot stand. I'm thinking, hell, bring on poutine fries, stick a flag in it, make it supersized. True's up there praying, daddy please, Fidel come help me save the maple trees. We'll trade them bald eagles for a loony or two, turn their maple leaf to the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and maple, oh, what a sight. Trump's gonna make everything alright. 51st state, he's shouting at me, we'll fix their borders and call it free. Maple-flavored bacon and some poutine, hands on a Molson watching red-green. They may not find us
handsome, but they're gonna find us handy. Folks up north asking what's this about, as we fly on our eagles taking Greenland too. Has snow been a problem? Well, we've got the sun. Moose killed your sister? Well, here's a gun. Truckers rejoice, no more border wait. Haul that timber to the Sunshine State. Red, white, and maple, oh, what a sight. Trump's gonna make everything alright. 51st state, he's shouting at me. We'll fix their borders and call it free. Maple flavored bacon and some poutine. Hands on a Molson watching red green. They may not find us handsome, but they're gonna find us handy. So raise your beer to the stars and stripes and that maple leaf we claim tonight. Trump's a-comin', riding eagles your way. Red, white, and maple, kinda crazy. Hey!
She left her boots by the front porch rail. Coffee can rustin' where the mail sits stale. We'd spin them tires down a dirt road track, laughing loud with the windows cracked. Summer nights with a bonfire spark, her blue eyes lit up the dark. Thought we'd build a life on this clay red ground, till she up and left this lonesome town. Bar lights flicker on a Friday glow. Buddy says, man, you gotta let her go. I see her ghost in the bar stool shine, taste her kiss in the cheap red wine. Fields stretch wide, but I'm boxed in tight. Sleep don't come on a restless night. Every gravel crunch sounds like her truck. I'm praying hard, but I'm out of luck. Oh, I'm drowning slow in a small town sea, holding on to what she meant to me. Love fades quick like a sunset glow, leaves you wrecked where the wild winds blow. From the barn roof stars to the morning dew, I'm still tangled up in missing you. Caught her scent on an old plaid shirt, washed it clean, but it still hurts. Drove past the creek where we'd skip them stones. Now it's me and the crickets drone. Mailbox empty, phone don't ring. Heart still tied to a broke down spring. She's out there living, I'm stuck in time, paying dues for a lovesick crime. Now the whippoorwill calls where we used to dance. Echoes of a summer, a fleeting chance. This town holds tight to the past I knew. Every corner's painted with you.
Now the whippoorwill calls where we used to dance. Echoes of a summer, a fleeting chance. This town holds tight to the past I knew. Every corner's painted